I'm gonna see how many of these games I can knock off in the span of a single day. Alrighty, well, this is a monster layer, so, you know what? I believe that I kind of should have played this game before I played the Dynastic Hero, because the Dynastic Hero is just a reskin of, I believe, Wonder Boy in Monster World. God, I mean, this series just positively confounds me. I have no idea there's Monster Lair, Wonder Boy and Monster Lair, Monster World, Wonder Boy and Monster World 4, Monster World 2, the Reckoning, Monster World 3, the Resurrection, that sort of thing. I also thought that they could have been a little more creative with these boss level fights. I mean, you fight the exact same little guys over and over and over again, and then you get to the final boss. Here, I thought I was just like, oh man, am I gonna have to turn the cheats off because it'll keep on raising the score forever? So, but no, all I had to do was just slightly fast forward it for a little bit, and everything would have been okay. But then I remembered that I had recently made fast forward a toggle instead of just a hold switch. So I was just like, oh geez, it won't turn off unless I turn it off. I can't just take my hand off the button. That reminds me. I'm not sure if I've talked about this before, but I use one of the worst controllers in the world. It is a Cytec P2900. I'm sure I've talked about this before. Um, I looked at it and I thought, I liked the Cytec wired version. I liked how it had 6 face buttons and it had an extra face button on the controller itself. And so what it looks like is it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then gray and black, which normally would be read as start and select, but it does actually have an extra 13th button there, which is an FPS button, which is actually programmable, which I really like because I can program it to be a sort of toggle button that would allow me to uh, enable things like slow motion, rewind, fast forward, and if I press and hold FPS, I can now use the left thumbstick to go left for load, right for save, and up and down to change the save state modifier, the slot number there, and so that's what I'm doing whenever you see that sort of stuff coming on the screen there. Now, I believe at this point I was just like, man, how much longer could? Oh, is that what it's gonna look like? Really? I didn't watch through the entire recorded video, but the spinning blades that you have there, it looks like that there's only 3 of them around you, and you know what? Like, I don't know, like, why is it like this? Because it's like there should be no problems with input lag. There should be no problems with refresh rate, speed, right? So, and it's like a lot of the times when I see, it's not just me, it's everybody like who does recordings of gameplay footage, and I would have to assume that if they're playing it on their original hardware, then it would happen to them as well. Because like when a character gets damaged, and they have the flickering on and off, that kind of creates a sort of transparency effect, like when you're Super Mario and you get hit by a Goomba or a Koopa, and then you go from big to small. You kind of flicker on and off, and when you're looking at it on screen, you can see the character flickering, and it's just fine. Whether it's LCD or original CRT, it looks better on a CRT, but still, it's you can tell what's going on an LCD. But when you record it and you play back the footage, your character just disappears off the screen, right? And maybe you would see like a few frames of animation, like just maybe once every several milliseconds. But like, I just don't know why that happens, honestly. I mean, whatever is on the screen should be recorded just as perfectly as you're seeing it there, right? I mean, it's like, why is that happening there, right? Like, I don't know. It's weird. Maybe I'm right when I say that Shadowplay is the worst screen recorder program that you could possibly use. Well, what else can you do? I don't feel like spending any money on programs like that. I think that it's a massive waste, especially since a lot of programmers have released their whatever it is, their software with uh, what is it, month by month subscription fees, right? And I'm thinking, no, man, I want to pay for it once if I actually do want to pay for it, and then I don't want to give you any more money. The updates should be free, okay? Like, my God, like it bloats your monthly costs enormously. Like honestly, man, I it's really predatory. And you know what? I vote with my wallet, so I either just don't buy their products or yo ho ho and a bottle of rum, are me hearties, shiver me timbers, if you know what I mean, right? And I mean, it's like, my guys, you could have had my money, but nope. Yeah, you had to smack me in the face with extra crappy bullshit fees and everything. It's basically a forever cost, honestly. And I am not cooperating with them. So, but yeah, no. So I'm just watching the preview at four x speed. Might be maybe 4.5x speed. Uh, and I'm seeing all of these what I would consider visual glitches that occurred after the recording, or I mean, since I encode it in lower resolution in order to make it upload faster on my low income internet plan. Maybe that's the case. I usually delete the original video file because it takes up a lot of room on my hard drives, and I simply back up the lower quality rendered version. And but yeah, no, I mean, I get, yeah, it's as I said, all its warts. You know, this is how it turns out. So, but you know, I had the experience. I played it. I can say, you know what, don't ever need to think about this game again. I can just close the page on it, close the book on it. The chapter is finished. You know, and that's the main reason why I have this channel. Now, I'm starting to get several comments on my videos, and they're much appreciated, cool guys and everything. But it's like the guy was saying, it's like, do you ever read these comments? And I'm just like, actually, no. Like, I responded to him. It's like, no, I never thought that I would be getting comments. I mean, it's like on my like 450 or so videos. It's like, before I started getting comments, most recently within the past couple weeks, I got maybe a grand total of less than a dozen comments across every single one of those videos, and that's probably overestimating them. But yeah, you know, like I know that I can't satisfy people, unfortunately. And I'm very glad to have them. I mean, the guy that I'm commenting to, I've known him since childhood. He's a really super awesome guy and everything. He's my best friend in the world. But like I unfortunately cannot take requests, right? Because he requested me to play Battletoads next, and you know, like, I'm sorry, man. Like, I can't. My obsession, my OCD won't allow me to do that. Like, I can't do that. Like, I see I have a folder window open on my computer right now, and I see so many check marks, but then again, I see so many folders that don't have check marks on them, and that's what I do. I organize all my games into my game ROMs or ISOs into folders, and then when I beat them, I change the icon of the folder to a check mark. And so it's like I've beaten. I consider 3-in-1 Duo Demo and 4-in-1 Super CD beaten because I beat Gate of Thunder. However, if I should ever want to play Bonk 3 CD, which I probably will, then I'd have to play the first two, which I'm not sure if I'm going to use the 4-in-1 Super CD ISO or if I'm going to use the TurboGrafx Turbo Chip ROMs in order to play those. But again, it's like when I play a game and there's like another one in the series, sort of like Castlevania Rondo of Blood, like I had to play the Super Nintendo version. Like I had to deviate slightly from my TurboGrafx Scourge in order to just satiate my obsessive compulsive disorder with it, right? So it's like, I mean, I'll definitely keep whichever edition or like exact game of Battletoads definitely in my mind, but like I kind of have like a set path so far, and I'm not sure if I can break myself away from it. So I'm really sorry to the commenter who made that request, because and of course, like I'll see him again probably soon, so I'll be able to tell him face to face and everything, because it's like, yeah, no, man, like the next one I'm probably gonna start playing it right after I upload this ramble here because, I'm trying to get my mind off the election, right? Like I have some serious misgivings about it. Like I'm definitely a Trumpster, but man, like I really don't think he's going to win, honestly. I think that men are not going to turn out. I think that there's going to be, you know, Kamala Harris has got her own little game shark going, if you know what I mean. She got a genie in the cartridge. She'll give the cartridge a rub like she rubs something else, you know what I mean? Just like her husband said, she puts her head down and gets to work. It actually took me a little while to understand what he was saying when he said that. And of course, it was that cuckold him, that guy, like he didn't want it taken that way, but I was like, huh, because I was watching like humorous videos about it, and I was like, weird. And I'm just like, oh, that's why. Yeah, now I understand it. But yeah, no. So it's like I'm gonna try and see, as I said, to how many of these I can just burn through in a single day, right? Because I don't want to constantly like switch back to like election live streams because we're likely not going to know what happens tonight or anything like that, right? It's probably going to be a week or so, or maybe one site like Axios or AP is going to call it while CNN or Fox will call it at a different time. And I don't know who this guy is on screen right now, but he certainly became angry and everything. And this is the final boss. Yeah, no. So this is what I'm gonna do for the next little while here. And I didn't know what was gonna happen here. I thought I could just kind of play around in this scene, but nope. But yeah, no. Other than that, you know, this is what I'll do. So just remove myself from the rabble and the hubbub and the hyperpolarization and just get gaming and beat 'em and cheat 'em. You know what I mean? So yeah, no, like God bless you, Curtis. You're a great guy and everything, but unfortunately, like I can't just I am unable physically and mentally to deviate from the path that I am on now, but I will definitely keep in mind the Battletoads game. Tell me in a comment, or you can text me which one you want me to play necessarily, and we'll go from there. So I can see from the film strip in Cyberlink Power Director, the worst program in the world for editing, that it's coming near the end, and just enter in the name and get the wicked high score, and that's it. That's Monster Lair. That's my playthrough. Close the chapter on it. This has been Skwatter, and I am now out. Peace. Yeah.